Hello, and welcome back. Today we are tackling one decision you will make when building or renovating your dream home in Australia. I'm talking about the roof. Specifically, the heavyweight bout between the traditional champion concrete tiles and the sleek, modern challenger Colorbond Steel. If you're standing on a block of land right now, staring at the sky and wondering what to put between you and the elements, this episode is for you. We aren't just going to look at the brochure highlights today. We're going to dig deep. We're going to talk about longevity, noise, thermodynamics, the dreaded maintenance nightmare, and of course, the impact on your wallet. I've got the data, I've got the client horror stories, and I've got the verdict. So grab your coffee or your hard hat, and let's get into it. Segment 1. The visual identity. Let's start with the most obvious factor. The thing you see before you even walk through the front door. The aesthetic. When you drive through an established suburb, the roof sets the tone for the entire house. It's the hat your house wears. And just like fashion, people have very strong opinions about style. According to the insights we have, this really comes down to a matter of taste, a classic apples and oranges situation. On one side of the ring, you have concrete tiles. If you're going for that sense of grandeur, that heavy, permanent, traditional look, tiles are often the go-to. They have a certain visual weight to them. When you see a tiled roof, it screams substance. It feels grounded. If you love that Mediterranean villa look or the classic suburban Australian brick veneer aesthetic, tiles often provide that textured, atmospheric finish that people associate with a proper home. On the other side, we have Colorbond or painted steel. This is for the modernists. It's for the people who want clean lines. Colorbond offers a sleek, fluid, and incredibly tidy appearance. It's synonymous with contemporary Australian architecture. Think of those coastal Hamptons homes or the modern industrial barn styles that are popping up everywhere. It's minimalist. It doesn't shout. It whispers sophistication. So, who wins round one? Honestly, it's a draw. As the saying goes, different strokes for different folks. Whether you want the textured tradition of tiles or the smooth minimalism of steel, both allow you to customize colors to match your facade. But remember, aesthetics are just skin deep. We need to look at what happens 5, 10, or 20 years down the track. Segment 2. The myth of longevity. Now, let's talk about endurance. If you ask a salesperson, they will tell you that concrete tiles last forever. And technically, the concrete itself is incredibly durable. A standard concrete tile roof has a lifespan of about 50 to 60 years. That sounds amazing, right? You build it once, and you never think about it again. But wait, there's a catch. A massive catch that rarely makes it into the glossy marketing brochures. The tiles themselves might last 60 years, but the system underneath them often doesn't. I'm talking about the underlayment, the sarking or waterproof barrier that sits between your trusses and your tiles. The life expectancy of that material is often only around 20 years. Think about the math there. Your tiles are good for half a century, but the waterproofing layer, the thing actually stopping the water from rotting your timber frames, might fail decades earlier. This means that functionally, a tiled roof might only give you a trouble-free run of about 20 years before you're looking at significant maintenance or re-roofing work to fix the underlayment. Now compare that to Colorbond. A steel roof is generally a single, integrated system. The metal sheets themselves, provided they are installed correctly and aren't in a severe marine environment without protection, can easily last around 50 years. There are fewer moving parts, fewer gaps, and the material itself is the waterproofing. So, when we look at the functional lifespan of the entire roof system, steel actually takes the lead here. It's a set-and-forget solution for a longer period compared to the composite issues you face with aging tiles. Segment 3. The maintenance headache. This leads us perfectly into the topic of maintenance. And folks, this is where the rubber really meets the road. Or, I should say, where the rain meets the roof. Let me paint a picture for you. It's the rainy season. We got a week of torrential downpours. If you have a tiled roof, you need to understand the physics of concrete. It is porous. Concrete tiles absorb water. When they get saturated, two things happen. First, your roof gets heavier, much heavier. This puts significant added stress on your home structure. Second, that moisture accumulation isn't just heavy. It's a breeding ground for trouble. Damp tiles accelerate the wear and tear on the house. This constant cycle of wetting and drying leads to maintenance issues. And it's not just water. It's the physical integrity of the individual tiles. We see this all the time. Ridge capping mortar cracking, tiles shifting, or tiles simply snapping. Cracked ridge caps are a very common sight in Australia, and they're a direct express lane for leaks. Because tiles are individual small units, there are thousands of seams and gaps. More gaps equal more opportunities for water ingress. This means your long-term maintenance costs for tiles are almost guaranteed to be higher. Furthermore, let's talk about aesthetics regarding age. Within just 5 years of installation, concrete tiles often suffer from oxidation. That beautiful charcoal color you picked, it starts to fade. The new house look vanishes pretty quickly with tiles. Colorbond, by comparison, is vastly superior in waterproofing. It's a continuous sheet. It doesn't soak up water like a sponge. It doesn't crack in the same way mortar does. And modern paint technology means the color holds its vibrancy for much longer than a painted concrete tile. The horror story, I want to share a quick story from contact of mine. Let's call him Peter. He had a client with a lovely tiled roof. Then, the Australian weather did its thing. A massive hailstorm rolled through. The result? It was absolute carnage. The hail smashed half the tiles on the roof. Because the tiles shattered, the water poured in, destroying the insulation, the ceiling plaster, and flooding the rooms below. The poor owner had to replace the entire roof and the ceiling, costing thousands of dollars out of pocket. If that had been steel, sure, it might have been dented. It might have looked a bit beaten up, but it likely wouldn't have shattered and let the water in. So, for maintenance and durability against leaks, Colorbond wins this round, hands down. Segment 4. The Symphony of the Roof, Noise. Okay, so far, Colorbond is looking pretty good. But every superhero has a weakness. And for steel roofing, that weakness is acoustics. If you're sensitive to noise, you need to listen closely to this part. Living under a Colorbond roof can sometimes feel like living inside a drum. First, there's the summer soundtrack. When the Australian sun hits that steel, the metal heats up and expands. When the sun goes down, it cools and contracts. This thermal movement creates a very specific sound, a creaking, popping, or pinging noise. Ping, ping, crack. It happens every morning and every evening. Some people get used to it, others find it maddening. Then there's the wildlife. Australia has no shortage of critters. If a possum, a large bird, or even a neighborhood cat decides to take a shortcut across your roof, you're going to know about it. On a steel roof, it sounds like a bear child running back and forth above your head. It's a party up there, and you weren't invited. Now compare that to tiles. Tiles are dense. They have mass. That mass acts as a fantastic sound insulator. When a possum runs across tiles, it's a dull thud if you hear it all. And then there is the rain. This is subjective, but many people find the sound of rain on a tin roof romantic. However, in a heavy storm, it can be deafening. On tiles, the sound of raindrops is significantly muffled. It's quieter, softer, and much less intrusive. So if silence is golden for you, or if you record podcasts in your bedroom, tiles are the clear winner. I've often wondered, and I've heard this debated, if installing solar panels on a steel roof helps dampen that noise. Theoretically, they act as a shield, but the thermal creaking of the metal sheets usually comes from the friction at the screw points, so panels might not solve the thermal ticking. But for rain noise? Maybe a little. Segment 5. The heat battle. Living in Australia, we can't ignore the sun. Our summers are brutal. Your roof is the first line of defense against that scorching heat. Here is the inconvenient truth about Colorbond. It has very low thermal mass. When a heat wave hits, say a string of 40-degree days, that steel heats up instantly. It transfers that heat into your roof cavity incredibly fast. Without serious insulation, your home can turn into a sauna within minutes. It's essentially a giant radiator sitting on top of your house. Tiles operate differently. Because they are heavy concrete or terracotta, they have thermal lag. They absorb heat slowly. It takes a long time for the sun to heat the tile all the way through. This means your house stays cooler for longer in the morning. However, there's a flip side. Once those tiles do get hot, they hold on to that heat like a hot water bottle. They take a long time to cool down at night, radiating heat back into the house even after the sun sets. So, which is better? Generally speaking, for keeping the peak heat out during the day, tiles edge out a victory here. They buffer that immediate temperature spike better than bare steel. Of course, modern insulation like anti-con blankets help steel a lot, but strictly speaking of the material properties, tiles have the thermal advantage. Segment 6, the Eco-Angle Rainwater Collection. Let's talk sustainability, specifically water. In many parts of Australia, rain tanks are mandatory or at least highly recommended. If you plan on drinking that water, or even just washing your clothes in it, the roof material matters. Here, Colorbond is the king of cleanliness. Because the surface is smooth and painted, water runs off it very efficiently. You get a higher volume of water collection because the roof doesn't drink the first few millimeters of rain. Tiles, as we mentioned, are absorbent. When it starts raining, the tiles have to saturate before water starts flowing into your gutters. You actually lose a percentage of your rainfall to the tiles themselves. But it's not just about volume, it's about quality. Tiles have a rough surface. They have nooks and crannies. These are perfect traps for dust, dirt, moss, and yes, bird droppings. When the rain comes, all that accumulated gunk gets washed right into your water tank. Steel roofs tend to stay cleaner. A good rain washes them off effectively, meaning fewer contaminants enter your water supply. So, if you are off-grid or rely heavily on tank water, Colorbond takes the win for both quantity and quality. Segment 7, the price of gravity. Finally, we have to talk about the budget. Construction costs are skyrocketing. So where can you save money? You might think tiles are cheaper per square meter to buy, and sometimes they are. But you have to look at the whole build cost. Remember how we said tiles are heavy? A tiled roof is roughly 10 times heavier than a steel roof. That is a massive difference. Because of that weight, the skeleton of your house, the trusses, the lintels, the load-bearing walls, needs to be beefier. You need more timber. You need more engineering. You need more structural reinforcement to hold up that concrete hat. Colorbond is lightweight. It imposes very little load on the structure. This means you can save money on the structural materials underneath. Furthermore, speed is money. Installing a Colorbond roof is generally much faster than laying thousands of individual tiles. Faster installation means fewer labor hours to pay for. So, when you factor in the reduced structural costs and the faster labor time, Colorbond is the economic winner in this current market. Conclusion and the verdict. So where does that leave us? We've gone 12 rounds. Both contenders are still standing, but they are bruised in different places. Let's summarize the scorecard. Aesthetics, that's a tie. Depends on your vibe. Lifespan, steel wins on the system longevity. Maintenance, steel wins. No leaks, no craquetais, no moss. Noise, tiles win easily. If you hate the pinging sound, go with concrete. Thermal comfort, tiles win on thermal lag, though insulation can level the playing field. Water collection, steel wins. Cleaner and more abundant water. Cost and structure, steel wins. Lighter weight means cheaper structure and faster build. The final word. If you're a traditionalist who loves the look of solid, quiet home and you don't mind keeping up with a bit of maintenance or replacing the underlayment in 20 years, concrete tiles are a beautiful choice. They offer a specific look and feel that steel just can't replicate. However, if you're looking for a set-and-forget solution, something that is low maintenance, watertight, cost-effective, and modern, Colorbond is likely the smarter engineering choice for the Australian climate. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.